I quit playing Trials almost 2 years ago because of the cheater epidemic that exists in Destiny 2. So what I wanted to do was go back in for just one card and see what it's like, see what I've been missing out on over the last 2 years. And to be perfectly clear, I have jumped back into Trials from time to time. I've never really enjoyed it as much as I used to back in the day. But of course, jumping back in, my first card back in, I match into a hard cheater. As you can see here, Harry Potter is literally flying around, and on round one he has his missile super and infinite of them, along with infinite Witherhoard shots. And this shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone that's actually jumped into Trials recently, because the cheater epidemic is just as bad now pretty much as it's ever been. I mean, maybe aside from like the first 6 months of Beyond Light, that was probably like the worst time ever. It felt like there was a cheater basically every other game. Nowadays, it's not a cheater every other game. It's maybe a cheater every 5 to 10 games, something like that, which makes it exceedingly difficult to go to the lighthouse. Now, this is obviously an issue due in part to the population, because the population is going to be lower right now as we're getting towards the end of an episode. I mean, we're still not even in Act 3, so we're not like at the last week of this episode by any means. It shouldn't be this low, but we do know, statistically speaking, that the PvP population is exceedingly low right now, lower than it has been in previous times of this year. Like if we look at the charts from previous years, we're at a much lower low point than we have previously. So of course the cheaters are going to stand out a little bit more, because the cheaters, they obviously get banned and then they create their new accounts and they continue to do this on and on and on again. That's why they don't have a real name. That's why his name's just Harry Potter. You know, it's kind of just a joke at this point. I feel like every cheater I match, their name is either Harry Potter or something of that nature, right? They're really giving Harry a bad name. Okay, Harry, the slander on Harry's name due to the cheaters in Destiny 2 really needs to stop, but that's an entirely different topic. What I wanted to talk about in this video today is my lack of interest in Destiny 2 PvP, largely due to this and due to various other factors, but this is really one of the biggest ones, and one of the reasons why a lot of people ask me, you know, why don't you ever play PvP anymore? And it just feels so frustrating, right? And before, we used to have different mechanics in the game, like 3-peeking with swords, and the cheaters, they had cheats, but they weren't like that crazy of cheats. It was more like aimbot cheats, stuff that we could like beat, right? Like we could get them to miss their sniper shots, and then we could actually like win against the cheaters. There was an entire series that I had for years where we called it the Cheater Beaters, where we had devised strategies where we could very consistently beat the cheaters because we were that much better than them. But now it's the opposite, right? If you tried to have a series called Cheater Beaters, there is no way you're beating Harry Potter here. Harry Potter has infinite Titan missile supers, and he has infinite Witherhoard. And you've seen some of these other cheaters, you can shoot them, they're just completely invincible. So there's no beating the cheaters now. The cheaters evolved. They got beat by us time and time and time again. Eventually they got to the point where they evolved their cheats. They have upgraded. They're now at a level where it's completely unstoppable. There is no beating the cheaters, right? Unless they want you to win for whatever reason. Maybe sometimes they farm their stats down a little bit, or maybe they let you win just because they know who you are if you're a content creator or something like that. But the reality is this guy is winning this match 100% of the time. And if you do quit, you get a penalty for quitting the match. So it's especially frustrating to leave the match. And obviously, like we mentioned before, they do get banned, but they don't seem to get hardware banned, which is when they actually ban the console or platform they're on. It would be a PC, obviously, for cheaters. And because they don't seem to hardware ban as consistently as they should, Bungie, that is, they continue to make these accounts over and over and over again. Maybe the cheaters have figured out a way to bypass the hardware ban. Like maybe they try to ban your PC and they use some sort of systems to bypass that in some way, a virtual PC. I have no clue what they're doing. I don't imagine the cheaters are that sophisticated that they're out there using crazy hardware, crazy tech like that. But maybe, I mean, they seem to be sophisticated enough that they can keep doing this time and time again and ruining the Trials experience. And it's definitely frustrating to see. And I want to know what you think down in the comment section below. And I also wanted to bring you a video giving you an update of why you don't see me in PvP so much. It's because of Harry Potter like this and other cheaters. So that's a wrap on the video. Make sure to subscribe, smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.